What's good, y'all? Back here with another video. Monday, happy Memorial Day. We're gonna watch some Undisputed Kim and Shannon, the Game 6 of Celtics Heat, see what they gotta say about the Derrick White Buzz beater. Got Game 7 tonight. I'll be reacting, probably watching Kim and Shannon tomorrow too, based on the outcome.
Serving this great country in our armed forces. We
shout out to all the
appreciate
soldiers.
you dearly.
We do. We salute you.
Yes, sir.
Well said, gentlemen, indeed. Never forget the reason for the holiday, right? Shannon, so much here. What happened? What was your biggest takeaway?
Well, since we have a game 7, clearly the Heat lost. But skip the game. I don't think the game really should have been that close. Boston was in control of that game late. They were up by 10 with
a lot of
little
people
over
say
4 minutes.
that
they were
Heat
up by
should
9
have
with a
won.
little with almost
Boston
just a
didn't
little
play good,
tad
but
over
it
3
was
minutes.
true that
I'm like, well, we about to win this thing going away. All of a sudden, it's we now because it's me against you. You like the Heat. I like the Celtics. I'm like, okay, we got this. And then one turnover, and then another bad shot, and one by Al Horford. I'm like, bro, are y'all literally gagging this thing away right before America's eyes, Celtics? Because that's what it looks like to me.
Damn.
And then Al fouled Jimmy Butler on a 3-point shot, and Jimmy, in Jimmy fashion, goes and makes all three. I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe we were like basically 2 minutes away from having a game 7, and you guys just squandered it.
You were up 9 with 3 minutes.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm sitting pretty. Now all of a sudden I go downstairs and come back, and I'm like, hold on, what happened? Oh my goodness! I say, come on, Celtics. And then the inbound, they look, because the official at the time he got fouled said it was a 2, but obviously, Skip, they're gonna go review it to make sure they get it right. And it was a 3. Wow. And then they looked at the time of the foul. When he got fouled, it was 3 instead of 2.1. And so Jimmy makes the shot. And I'm like, oh, my. What are you going to draw up now, Joe Mazzulla? Obviously, everybody thought the ball was going to go to Jason Tatum.
Yep.
And he did a great job. He came, screws popped out. But in the process of popping out, he forgets about the inbounder. Skip, you know what? It's always that inbounder. You remember Carolina? And that 3-point shot at the end of the game regulation? It's normally the inbounder that gets you. Shot goes up. Marcus Smart has it almost halfway down, and Derrick White crashes the board and puts it in with no time on the clock. It was an unbelievable play, and I believe the series. And I told you, Skip, I said if they win Game 5 by more than 12, I'm taking them to go win the next 2 games. I believe that's what's going to happen. Jimmy got going a little bit too late. He almost pulled it off, Skip, because but he's missing shots that he made in his sleep against Milwaukee. Shots that he made in his sleep against the Knicks. Those shots now, all of a sudden, those little floaters are caroming out or hitting the front of the rim. It seems like his legs are starting to grow a little weary.
Can we talk about Derrick
He's playing a ton of minutes. He's the guy. Everything has to flow through him. It's almost like LeBron in 2018 with the Cavaliers. But the Boston Celtics, give them credit, because, Skip, when you have a lead by 9, with 3 minutes to go, and all of a sudden you find yourself down with 3 seconds on the clock, you're like, damn. But they didn't give up. They crashed the glass, made a great play, and here we are, Game 7. But the Celtics almost blew this. That's what happened. The Celtics almost blew it. It shouldn't have been this close.
Okay. Unfortunately, it is my turn. I agreed with everything you said, except your breakdown of the last play. I'm going to shred that in a minute. But let me start with this. I still have not recovered from Saturday night. My wife is still not speaking to me because of Saturday night, because I threw a fit. And she walked in and said, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, what do I want to eat? Did you just watch? I was watching one room. She was watching the other. She was like, yeah, there's still another game. No, there's not. It's over.
Is it?
So they don't, Skip, they don't wear it like you and I do, though.
Okay, I got it. That game, for me, just might have been the wackiest, nuttiest, craziest game I have ever tried to figure out what happened in. I couldn't even sleep on Saturday night. I couldn't figure it out because nothing about the game made sense.
Damn.
The freaking Boston Celtics shot the worst from 3 they have all year long.
Damn.
All year
long.
That's what, 82 games? Let me get my stat here.
More than
82 for the regular, and then
plus what?
What have they played?
7 against Philly.
Yeah,
I can't. That's 6. That's 13. How many is it?
Horrendous.
Atlanta played 6.
Yeah, there you go.
19.
19 plus 8.
So 101.
101 games. Not once have they shot as poorly as they did from three. They shot 20%. Your guy, Jason Tatum, gave us another big goose egg Jason Tatum game. And I'm like, what are you doing, Jason Tatum? Are you that guy or not that guy? Are you back-to-back first-team All-NBAs or not? Shannon, he goes 0 for 8 from 3, and I'm like, what are you doing? I thank you, but what are you doing?
What about his partner at the law firm? He went 0 for 4.
0 for 4, so they combined to go 0 for 12. To Jason Tatum's credit, he didn't play good defense. He played great defense on Jimmy Butler, as did Derrick White. They took turns. Just making Jimmy Butler look.
They made him work.
They made him work. They just made him look awful. They made him look overwhelmed. They made him look intimidated. I tweeted that in the first half. He just looked intimidated by their defense. And he was just solo, good, hard-nosed, one-on-one, block your shot kind of defense because Jimmy doesn't have a whole lot of lift to him. He can't rise up over you and shoot up over you. He's an aging player. Shannon, until his late salvo with 2 minutes left, he was 3 for 19. 3 for 19. He was killing me. What if I told you on Friday that your Celtics would shoot no show, and here we went, right? Game 6. Okay, so but there goes Derrick White he went along the sideline to the corner, and then at the last second he's like, well, why shouldn't I just crash the boards? So he crashes the boards.
Most stars wouldn't have crashed the board. Most players wouldn't have crashed the board.
Can't get there.
Right, he's late.
It's crazy that Marcus Smart's shot was just so perfectly
if you look closely
executed
to Strus almost gets his hand on the ball.
Yeah.
It's very close. It's like an inch away from touching the basketball. Would it have been a foul over the back? Maybe. I don't know. He came close. He came close. Okay. And yet, Shannon, in real time, I swear to you, I thought it was late. It just I don't know what you thought.
I don't know how the ref got it.
My initial emotion was, my shock factor was, it's late.
Yeah. I was like, is it good?
Miami, I'm like, Miami won. I'm jumping up and down. Hazel's, my little Maltese, is out of her mind because I'm jumping up and down. They won. No, wait. What?
Derrick White was emphatic that it was good.
And so was all the referees. The one referee was like, boom.
Yes.
It's good. And I said, well, you got to review it. And they're like, we don't need to review it. We saw it. And they were exactly right.
They were.
He got it away.
He did.
And it wasn't really a tip-in. He actually caught it and just laid it up off the glass, which is, you'd be pushed in your head and your psyche to just go try to tip it to beat the buzzer. But to his credit, and if you tip it, you got a chance of missing it.
Yes.
But he caught it and banked it, and it was perfect.
Yep.
Derrick White, once a San Antonio Spur. And it's the guy, I once told you back the first year they had DeMar DeRozan when they were playing the Nuggets in the first round. They lost in 7 games. I kept coming in every day saying, is this guy a star or what?
Right.
And you said, I don't know if I can see a star here.
Right.
And now I read a big Brian Windhorst piece. No, it wasn't. It was Baxter Holmes' piece, I think, on ESPN.com. But the point was that he's got quotes in there where they're saying he's the most underrated player in the NBA.
Right.
Because he led all guards in block shots.
Right.
He defends. He made second team All-NBA defense. Okay.
Yeah. I think, but Skip, the biggest thing is when Joe Mazzulla challenged whether or not it was a foul. So in order now they go back, they can look at everything. They can review how much time is on the clock also, Skip. So now you went from 2.1 all the way to 3. 2.1, the game's over. Okay, that did help. Although I will remind you, I can't give Joe Mazzulla huge credit for that. It was the obvious way to go at that point because you might as well try. Right. But they were going to have to stop and look at it anyway because it was unclear whether it was a 2 or a 3. Right. Because when he first shot it, I thought it was a 2. But then clearly, upon further review,
I can't believe it was
Jimmy
a 3.
Butler got both feet behind the line on the 3-point foul. I don't know if we were showing that or we have that, but on the 3-point foul, he's got his feet behind the line. So it's actually a 3-point foul. Yes. And the NBA said this was definitely a foul. Okay, so help me out. Wouldn't they have stopped to go look at 2 or 3 and then decided, wait a second, the foul...
Hey, man, that's going to do it. Let me know who you got tonight. We'll be reacting. I can't wait.